Fancy meeting you here.
So, this is recording. Recording. Okay.
Oh my god!
Oh shit! Is this on?
It could be. It's a parrot.
No.
Is it on? Is it on and recording?
It's now.
Okay. Can you bring it to me?
That's an ugly bird.
How dare you!
You're an ugly bird!
There you go, perfect. And then it's on now. So this.
You're an ugly bird.
Sausha, it doesn't even know. It thinks it's a
It
camera.
knows!
It thinks it's a camera.
Its posture is defeated. It fucking knows.
It's funny because you can pose it in whatever way you want.
And I like the defeated posture. Just because that's where I'm at in life. Seriously though, shooting a shotgun was so fun. And it was so empowering.
Who did you think about when you shot it?
See, you said who did you think about, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I thought about not shooting my boyfriend.
You're like, don't
It was really
shoot
heavy. It was really,
shoot.
really heavy. And then I shot it because we had to pump it, right? And then shoot it. And then
Like a water gun.
Well,
like
yeah,
a water pistol.
but
You
it
got
was
like a super soaker.
it was way worse. And then so I wasn't expecting the blast because Levi did it before me, and he's way stronger and
He
he's
seems
way
like
bigger.
He seems like he would have control.
Yeah,
of
he
it.
had no problem doing it. No fuck. It looked so easy. When
So
you're
you're like,
doing
oh,
stuff
exactly
that.
like video games.
Yeah, exactly. And so I go to hold it, and I'm like, oh my god. And then I'm like, it's so fun. It's so I get it, and I have a pretty good stance. But then I go to shoot it, and then it goes up. And then I'm like, oh my god. And then, so I was just trying to concentrate the whole time on not, because we were shooting the trees, right?
Yeah.
We were just,
I've heard that that's one thing that people don't consider about guns. If someone that's never held or fired a gun before is they're heavier than you think.
yeah, definitely.
They're definitely heavier than
Yeah.
you think. And from all the movies and TV shows that you've seen, guns are not portrayed accurately
No,
for some reason.
not at all.
Why would that be real?
Well, exactly. But even then, it's there. Maybe it's to further a distance between the gun, the action of the shooting and the gun, and the.
One thing that I
actual
hate
thing.
that I know about now is I've seen people complain on TV shows. They'll complain about what is it,
Trigger safety?
Trigger safety. So I'm constantly looking for it now.
Trigger safety.
You're
Like-
not
how
supposed to
you-
have.
you're not supposed to have your finger on the trigger, right?
You're never supposed to have your
Yeah.
finger on the trigger
Yeah.
unless you're gonna pull it.
Right, you keep it off, and then because I remember that.
So
the first thing
now,
you taught
whenever
me.
I see a gun in a TV show, I'm immediately
Trigger safety.
Me too,
Trigger
actually.
safety.
Yeah.
It's holding the gun down instead of
yeah. Just because that's
Yeah.
where my brain goes because it's stupid.
That's funny.
Because I've also I've never even seen a gun in actually I
It's
have
when
seen
I
a
see
gun in
bad
real life.
makeup.
I have seen a gun in real life. It was hilarious just how casual it was.
The gun?
Yeah. So
Was it at a strip club?
no, it was at an airport.
What? Was this before 9/11?
After.
What?
So what it was is it was a company trip to Arizona. So we were in Arizona for some reasons. One of our suppliers had a new truss plant that they wanted to show off, and they were like, "Come down to Arizona." And I was like, we get our trusses in Alberta. This has nothing to do with us. And they just they just wanted to show off and spend a bunch of money.
Ooh, so it's free.
100% free. I didn't have to pay. I didn't have to pay a single thing.
Yeah.
Nice.
But yeah, the guy that picked us up, so the rep from the company, picked us up at the airport, and I'm in the shotgun seat for no reason, just because that's the way it
You
ended
called
up.
shotgun.
It ended up, and this guy, I don't even know what his name was. I want to say it was Jesse or something. I don't know. It's just one of those names. And he's just you guys want to see my gun? We get into, he picks us up from the airport, we put our bags in the back, we all sit down, and we're still at arrivals. He's just pulling out of the airport parking space, and he's like, "Do you guys want to see my gun?" And then like doesn't wait for an answer, and just like opens up the glove box and like out rolls this like, I don't know, a Glock. I don't know what.
Weird
guns.
flex, but okay.
Yeah, that's wild.
But yeah, and he was just like, "Yeah, I just got my conceal carry
Are you
permit."
threatening my life right now?
I
don't understand.
No. He was just showing it off like it was like a new toy for him. And he was like, "Yeah, man, we can go to the range if you guys want when we're down here." And we're like, there was like a bit of a tepid response. And he's like, "I forget you guys are Canadian." And I was like, we just.
Is that like a thing? Was that cute for you? Like, was that fun?
I don't know, but like it also like didn't amount into a thing because he just got like sort of like the tepid response from a bunch of like.
Great rocking, man. That's the secret.
But it wasn't like we didn't do it deliberately. We were just legitimately caught off guard.
Yeah.
Didn't expect that kind of casual interaction.
For sure, I can only imagine.
Because like I've never had that.
No, what a different life.
Must be.
Like.
But yeah, he was just like, "There's my gun," and we were all just like, "Cool. Can we go to the hotel? We want to start drinking."
Wait. Love that for you, sweetie. Now, put that away.
But yeah, it's like that's the closest I've been to a gun. In real life.
I've had a gun pointed at my face once.
The only thing that surprised me about that sentence is that you said once.
Yeah.
Sorry.
I have two actual stories to tell you guys. With the plane one. So when I went to Vancouver, that like a while ago.
Oh yeah, the film festival.
Yeah.
Thing.
Oh yeah.
Got nominated for I don't know something. We paid attention at the time.
Yeah.
It was a big deal.
It was
cool.
And I went to Vancouver for.
I was in it.
I went to Vancouver for a little bit and for a day, and like I was at the TSA, and like you know when you take out all your stuff at airports, like it was my first time, right?
That's the worst.
Yeah, and I put my hand. They're like take out your keys, everything, blah blah. And I put my hand in my pocket, and I forgot to take out at home my wooden shank.
You have a wooden shank?
Yeah.
For self-defense.
Yeah.
I need one. Make me one.
And I forgot to take it out, and I was like, fuck. So then, like, I take out my wallet, and I drop it, and then I go down, put the wooden shank, like, beside the conveyor belt. Fuck you, TSA. And I put my, the wooden shank behind the conveyor belt. And then, like, I'm about to walk away. I get past security, right? And I'm like, wait, like, what if I'm the reason why, like, some deranged man finds that shank?
Yeah, you planted a shank
like,
unwillingly.
Because, like, if someone does something, then they'll look at the camera, see this random dude, and it's, like, a weird, like...
But you'll already be gone.
It's connected, though.
It's connected. So, like, and, like, I'll be part of this thing that I didn't know I was a part of. I should write this down. It sounds like a good story, but... like a CSI story. But,
Maybe.
I went to the TSA agent, and I was like, hey, I was over there for a second. I noticed there's a...
You pointed it out.
Yeah, I was like, I noticed there's a wooden piece. There's a piece of
There's a wooden...
There's a sharp piece of wood over there. How did that get there?
Weird. Wacky.
Oh, nice.
Oh, nice.
I don't know.
Nice.
You're causing, like, things I have to fix that are so...
I just want to see how we can get it. Like, that's not
Can
even...
you see it? No, you can see that it's up there.
Yeah, I did that on purpose.
But like, why is that your goal in life? To make Arturo
Because
work?
I want to be memorable.
But anyways, and he's like, oh, that's fine. I'm like, oh!
Is it
I
now?
was like, okay.
Interesting.
Let me go back and get it then.
Yeah, I tried though,
As long
you
as
know?
it's
Like, I
not
tried.
wrong.
I don't know what else you want. And, okay, so now my gun story. So, I went to this dude by my place, and, like, I was looking for shit. And then, for some reason, he was, like, figuring out the money and stuff like that. And then I just randomly start running away.
What?
Yeah, I just tell him, like, no, I think I'm good. I think I just want to, like, run. And then he's like, what? And then, like, I just run. And he already sent, like, another guy to, like, go get the shit, I guess. Like, the other guy was running, right?
And you were like, nah, I just feel like go for a jog.
Yeah, and then I'm, like, walking around the city in my neighborhood, and then, like, being a fucking crackhead. And then I see him again, and for some reason I walk towards him. And then he's like, yo, what the fuck? You just run away from me? I'm like, oh, I'm sorry, man. I'm just like...
I'm
kind of
hard.
fucked. And then I started walking, and then he starts like walking by me, screaming at me, yelling at me, and then he pulls a gun to my face. He's like, "I will fucking kill you! Like, what the fuck's wrong with you?" And then I'm like, I don't know, man. And then
Has
like,
he not dealt with cokeheads before?
What the?
I don't know. And
Is
then,
this his first day?
I don't know. And then he's like, "I'll throw you in the fucking dumpster." I'm like, I'm just gonna go home.
I tell that to my brothers.
I will put you back
I
where
will
we
put
came
you
from.
in the garbage.
And I just remember that. That was my first time I ever like dealt with like
That's
that.
That is pretty
insane.
wild.
Like actually crazy.
Like that dealer needs to.
he needs to work on
He
his,
needs to research
his customer service skills.
Yeah.
But he needs to research the work environment that he's going to be operating in.
For real though?
Wow.
What do you think? You think it's all gonna be la-di-da?
You think we're just going to show up with the right amount of money to pay for cocaine?
You think they're not gonna fucking give you $29 and be like, I need a 60, man?
You don't think there's going to be a lot of change in your
You ever heard of the
transaction?
concept crack change?
Yeah.
Yeah.
These aren't.
I actually.
So is he still in business? I hope you run him out.
I don't know.
Did you give him a bad Yelp review? Do you guys have Yelp?
I was actually thinking about starting a Yelp review.
Is it crackheads Yelp review?
Like
just
to
what
dirty?
they just what they yell on the street? That's a Yelp review. That's literally what a Yelp review
Oh
is.
my
Just
God.
them yelling.
Or like yelping, like, yeah, sucks!
Yeah. Chris, he'll fucking put a gun in your face. Fuck Chris. Fuck that guy. Actually, I walked by someone the other day. I was out for a walk because of all of the whole like quarantine isolation thing. Now I just go for walks.
Yeah.
Love that for you. Love a healthy queen.
I have to do something to get out of the house. And I walked by this dude, and he had like a full-on conversation with himself about me, and I'm like, I know I can hear you, right?
What? That's weird.
That's so weird.
Like he saw me and then just immediately started wigging out, and I was like, the things you're saying might be like true, but you don't know me.
How dare you
Like-
assume?
Like I'm pretty sure he has my number, but he
Yeah.
doesn't fucking know me.
You don't know me like
Suck
that.
me, Mom.
I have something hilarious to tell you guys.
Depends.
Yeah, we'll decide that.
Okay.
Let them decide.
Okay, so.
Here, wait, turn that camera towards him.
That's a good idea.
Wait. POV, baby.
You're not facing me, but nice. Okay, yeah. Okay, so this is the funny thing I want to tell you guys. When I used to get high, I used to like go out, look out my window, and I thought there was like drug dealers like passing me by, passing like where I live, and because like they'd always slow down, right? They'd always slow down by my house, and I get this this feeling like those are drug dealers, like I can buy some drugs, like oh my god, like look at them, and I thought they were like pimps, like driving their girls, like oh I could get like a prostitute, like look at that, blah blah, and I just like have this like weird psychosis and shit like that, right?
It's almost like everything you wanted was like coming.
Yeah, coming to me, they were slowing down.
Yeah.
So the other day, I had a little panic attack, and I had to call my sponsor, and then I was on the phone with him for a little bit, and then I saw this car that I saw before, and like that slowed down before, right? And I was like, oh shit, I think it's a drug dealer or something. And then he didn't look at me, and he was still slowing down, and then I realized that the road is bad.
Like it just has potholes? Oh yeah, that's pretty funny.
That is why these people are slowing down.
Yeah.
It's
What?
because it's the potholes. I never noticed that.
Progression.
And my paranoia went down fast. I was like,
Yeah,
oh,
it
shit.
instantly cleared it up.
Yeah. Well, now I don't feel paranoid at all. I'm like, oh, these people aren't slowing down for me. They're
It's
like,
got nothing to do with you.
no, it's
And
like,
it's also a school zone during the
It
year.
is. It's a playground zone.
Yeah,
Yeah.
a high school. So it's
Oh, is it high school?
Yeah,
Oh,
Victoria.
well, then I'm not
Vic.
interested.
Hello 911.
Yeah.
who's that guy that he's like, take us
I was
over
hoping
here.
you-
Oh, Chris Hansen.
Chris Hansen.
Chris
Oh, yeah,
Hansen
that
has
guy.
been killing it lately. He's been like popping up on YouTube and stuff. He has like exposing pedophiles on the internet basically because
Hasn't caught me yet.
I'm always scared to look up those things, like that Nickelodeon pedophile ring. I'm always scared to look
Yeah.
on YouTube because I don't want to be on the list.
no, but
You don't want to be in there.
the thing with YouTube is that they do like I guess you could say blacklist certain like content and words. So like for instance, everything from what I gather on my like years
Jimmy.
of watching YouTube, It's just like basically run by bots, and so a lot of the bots, a lot of the time, they're not infallible because they can make errors. A lot of humans can bypass a lot of the things that the bots were like created to monitor. For instance, nudity or pedophilia or like certain comments. Yeah. So a lot of the time, like for instance, there was like a ad apocalypse a couple months or a year ago about
they go through them like every
they do, but this time it was because a YouTuber, a disgruntled YouTuber actually went and like basically found a loophole that you could fall into where it was just a bunch of like pedophiles like basically like enjoying and time stamping these videos of young children and girls in like, swimsuits and like compromising positions and whatnot.
That's fucked up.
It is fucked up, but also like there's so much more to that story, and like you can find so many YouTube videos on it and stuff. But it is a real thing that happens. That it's just kind of like the problem with a YouTube of that massive size is that you can't kind of monitor what is being uploaded all the time. So you kind of like that's why they have bots, is so that they can catch the most obvious malicious content, but there's still things that are a little more insidious, right? Like, for instance, a lot of the big YouTubers, like Jake Paul, Lele Pons, they can't really do that anymore because there were laws passed based on child protection and like manipulation. But beforehand, they would cater all of their content on selling products to children, and children don't have money. So they're going to ask their parents, or they're going to steal their parents' credit cards.
Yeah. Or it's already like an automatic thing set up on the internet. You just need to hit a button, right? So that's what it falls into.
And that happens a lot. Like
the 12-year-old doesn't have a YouTube account. It uses its mom's YouTube account, and that has. But
also, it's easy to lie on the internet and whatnot. And a lot of children, like, it's a matter of catering specific things. Like, manipulation's really easy because it's all about words, right? And, like, children don't have that kind of, like, they don't have the developed brains yet to kind of, like, do critical thinking. So when they see someone that they admire kind of, let's say, pushing their t-shirts and saying, oh, you're going to be a loser if you don't buy my t-shirts because all the cool kids are buying these t-shirts. They're going to be like, I don't want to be a fucking loser. I want to buy that t-shirt.
Which, in all honesty, just that statement, like, saying, like, oh, hey, you guys should buy my t-shirt, otherwise you're a loser. Yeah. That's a pretty harmless statement. Yeah. Like, that's just something stupid to say.
But when it comes to children, though, you have to be mindful.
Yeah, they don't understand.
They don't.
The weird complexity
and that's the
behind
dangerous that's the dangers, I guess you could say, on the internet with because it's so accessible for literally all age groups, is that when you have, and that's why it's great that YouTube passed that child protection. Well, YouTube didn't pass it; they got sued for millions, I think billions of dollars, because
it's great that got implemented.
Exactly.
There you go.
So, and like as somebody who has plenty of older or younger siblings and cousins who have grown up in this generation, the YouTube generation, like it's easy to see how they could easily fall for that kind of like bullshit, I guess you could, it's malicious almost because that's how these people make money.
It's malicious because of the demographic that they targeted.
Yes. And
like if you're specifically making things for 12-year-olds that don't have jobs or money.
And you're specifically marketing things for them so you can make money, and you know that they're an easy demographic to kind of manipulate into your favor, then that's when the issue comes arise. Like, for instance, I would love to make child content because I have so many younger siblings, but I know how to properly work with children, and I would never I would get the proper permission. You need permission from the parents. It's a weird. You don't want to milk them. You want to make sure that they're okay with what they're doing, and that I would always ask them, and they understand what they're doing.
But it's a weird area to operate in because there are specific things that are made for kids because kids need stuff made for them, like TV shows. Yeah. Like when I was a kid, I got to watch like Looney Tunes and like the old Spider-Man cartoons and stuff like that, and I never really felt like I was being like.
But the difference is between that is that was on TV, and Spider-Man, and Shane Dawson made this point, Spider-Man and Looney Tunes, Bugs Bunny, they're not selling you products.
No, I don't think they are.
No, they're not.
There are
the
products associated with
and there
them.
has been like that was a big issue in the 50s, I think it was. And there's a lot of videos you can find on this on the internet, like on YouTube. There's a lot of like we can list videos that I have watched.
We're
on
not
the
gonna.
subject.
You guys have YouTube.
But
figure it out.
For real though, like if you look like, it's the problem with that is that in the 50s, for instance, or like when TV first got popular, they would do things like have the Looney Tunes or whatever shows were on back then, and then they would go into commercials with those characters.
Yeah.
And those characters would sell things, and that became a problem because the children who loved those characters and looked up to those characters would be like, Bugs Bunny is selling me cigarettes, I want them. Like, you know, like, get me cigarettes. And, you know,
yeah, because
and
it
was
what
different.
Cigarettes are.
Exactly, it was different. And, like,
Funny.
in the 50s, people, like, everybody smoked cigarettes. Even
they were saying it was good for you.
Yeah, exactly. It was different.
They were talking about the
there
health
was
benefits
no
of
information back then. And so that's...
Oh, no, they had the information.
Well, and that's the thing. But they didn't have, like, the long-term information.
That's true, yeah.
And now,
when they were like, oh, all these people are getting lung cancer.
Yeah, exactly.
What's the common...
What's the common denominator? You know, it's cigarette. The people who've been smoking since they were 12 because Bugs Bunny sold them in a commercial. Like, it's just, like, the way... so,
the Marlboro
after
Bunny.
that happened... Well, exactly. After... Eventually, the way things work is that, like, the government, the FCC, I think it is, I'm not too sure, they implemented laws, child protection laws, where you can't... And, like, television laws, where you can't have... like a character, for instance, I don't know the exact wording of the law, but you can't have like a character from a TV show go and sell something for a commercial because that children can't make the distinction, basically.
Yeah.
It's manipulation. Like they're gonna think that that's the TV show still, and they are not gonna. It goes so much deeper than them just wanting to buy the things, but like that's the easiest way to manipulate the children is to like if you want something being sold, you sell it to the children so the children can hound their parents for it, and their parents will be like so fed up with them nagging about it, they'll be like, oh my god, fine, and then they'll pay it. I've been a child, I know what it's like. Like so now with the problem with YouTube and everything and all these YouTubers who aren't necessarily abiding to the child protection laws that were implemented for television because YouTube is a different platform. They, by like just what naturally happens, I guess, started taking advantage of their audience, which happens to be children, because they're those kinds of entertainers that have no real substance. They're just kind of all like shock value slide and funny faces and falling down and weird pranks and
Who else has 10 hours a day to watch YouTube?
Children. Little babies whose parents, and that is a thing that happens now, is parents
give their kids an iPad and just be like, entertain yourself.
And they won't even monitor what they're watching half the time. Like it is kind of scary because there are ways that you can manipulate algorithms and you can manipulate computers, and if you're a malicious enough person, you can put out toxic content for children to see, and parents half the time won't even know what they're watching.
Do you guys think it's better to give a child like let's say like YouTube or like gaming? Like, do you know what I mean? Like I think
children should be raised in prisons.